Good morning. I'm Leona Dooley, and this is Ebony, Ivy, and Thyme in the kitchen. Now, I'm going to do a little camera adjustment here, and I hope that won't drive you crazy, but I kind of hate having my head cut off. But anyway, I am working this morning in the kitchen, getting ready for all the fun things that we're going to be doing this week. Now, one of the things that we have never really talking about is what I do to keep the kitchen clean. And so there are certain things that even when I worked every day, and I worked long hours, I was a teacher, and you know, teachers' jobs never end. When we come home, we're bringing home the entire day of work to have to check and have ready to take back to the classroom the next day, so that all of our little darlings will be happy. So I had to develop a plan for how I was going to be able to keep the family rolling and keep everyone happy, keep food on the table, remain sane, and still have a nice kitchen and be ready for the job the next day. Now, at the time that I first started working, there weren't a lot of women working. There was probably 50-50. And I would say now that those percentages have certainly gone up, that probably 70 or more % of the women are having to leave their home and go out and get a job because it takes two. Now, in some cases, women are fortunate enough to have those kinds of careers where they make enough money where they can survive with just one. And some moms are just good. They're single moms and they're able to work it. They can bring home the bacon and serve it up in a pan. I just love that little catchy phrase, and I'll account that to the commercial. But you know what? While we're doing that, at the same time, we have to be able to take care of ourselves. So we have to develop a way to be able to get the things done, keep it clean, and have nice meals on the table, and have some time somewhere along there for ourselves and for our family. So that's what we're going to take a look at today. Now, while I'm doing that, I'm purposely going to take my sound out, I hope. That's my plan. I'm going to add music so that, and kind of speed things up, because it's going to take me at least an hour to get everything the way I want it for this morning. And typically, once I do that, I try to do it like Monday and Thursday, so that when the weekend comes, I'm free. And so other than just little light touches, it goes. But there are some things that we have to do every day. And those are the things that we're going to talk about as well. Weekly things, everyday things. Now, so if you're interested in what I do to keep things going, then stay tuned. Now, first of all, let's talk about something that I do as soon as I get up. Two things. I am very anal about the fact that I like for my sink to stay clean, and I really would prefer for there not to be any dishes in this sink each night, or each morning anyway. I try to make sure I've cleaned everything, put everything in the dishwasher, so that when I walk in first thing in the morning, bam, that dishwasher gets turned on. Unfortunately, not being the only one in the house, that doesn't always happen. So what I like to do is to spray it down, and I'm going to do that. I have my method cleaner that I use. I give it a good spray, and this is the lavender smell, which I really love. And I give everything over here a good smushing because it needs it. And I do all the areas beside it. And I got my coffee here. Don't want it to smell like lavender or to taste like it. And I've got some of my favorite cleaners. I thought I might need a microphone, but I think I'm probably loud enough for our knot to have to worry about this. Now, this is one of the things that sometimes I work on, this surface. So I'm just going to do that because it needs a little extra. Now, for the moment, I'm going to use paper towel. Sometimes I'll use a microfiber towel, whichever I have handy, and start to clean. I have this little caddy that I found that has the dish soap. Well, it's actually your hand soap, all those good things right here where you can keep your little scrubbies. And I keep my lighter for my candles. I have a little bottle scrubber that I keep in there as well. And I just keep those handy because those are things that I use almost daily. Now, you'll see that I picked up this particular sponge. I like this sponge, and to be honest with you, I got it quite a few years ago. I couldn't tell you who it was by, but it has a scrubby side, not a real abrasive side, but it is a good scrubber, and it has a soft microfiber side. It is wonderful. And what I do is that when it starts to get a little yucky, which I'm getting ready to do as we speak, I'm going to drop it right there in the top of the dishwasher so that when that dishwasher runs, it's going to be ready to, it'll be sanitized and it will get nice and clean. Now I'm taking my paper towel and just kind of cleaning things up here, starting at the top, and I'll work my way down, making sure that I get it nice and clean. I have this device, and this is something if you have small children, or maybe even if you don't have small children. Let's see if I can bring it up there closer to you. This is a device that I saw at a friend's house that she was using, and oh my goodness, I tell you what, they should have given me some money. Because everybody who comes into my house says, oh, I need one of those. Now, let me tell you what this is. This is a device that you put in your sink over on the side where your disposal is. And most of the sinks today have disposals. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is to wipe this side down. Get it nice and shiny, good and clean, because I'm going to have to use it today, so I'm not really worried about it being absolutely sparkling, but I do want it to look good. And you take this and you put it down into your sink. It does not inhibit the water from going down, like things that you might pour down your sink, other than if you have like vegetable scraps or those kind of things that you're going to put into your disposal, then it will stop those. But the main thing that makes it invaluable is it stops your spoons and forks and knives from going down into the disposal. I don't know about you, but I have had to go back and buy new spoons because of the fact that they get lost. And especially when your kids are little, they're little things. They can't see. They just take that spoon and drop it right into that sink. And so as they're dropping it into that sink, they don't know that it goes down into what I call jaws, the mouth of jaws. And when you turn that disposal on, all you can hear is dingle, 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 dingle. And that's because the spoon is down there in your disposal. That's not a good thing. All right, so this device keeps your silverware out of your disposal. Now, when I am working in the kitchen and I am just dealing with the normal everyday household, I turn it up like this. That way I have a little handle, I can pick it up, take it out, drop my vegetables or whatever in, put it right there, spoons, all those things are safe. Nothing goes down in the disposal that is larger than water, liquids. That's it. Unless you purposely take that out and you want it to go down into the disposal. that is invaluable. All right, let's go over here to the other side. I'm going to finish it up. Finish this sink up. Get it nice and clean and shiny. And while we're talking about it, I get my paper towels and those kind of things. I use Amazon most of the time, and I actually have them by subscription so that at a certain time, every 6 months, I get this huge, monstrous order of paper towels and toilet paper. Things we have to have. So, sink, check, it's done. Let's throw this away. All right, now from here, I'm not going to say a word. And you know that's going to be hard for me, for those of you who know me, because I like to talk. Well, guess what? The kitchen smells wonderful. I've got a couple touch-ups to do here and there, but you know what? It is done. We worked hard this morning. It took me less than 30 minutes to get all the surfaces wiped up, and you saw a little bit of what I do. The main thing for you to remember is that when you walk into this kitchen, the first thing you want to do is to take care of your sink, because that's where you're going to be bringing things. And when I start to cook, my sink is full of good, hot, soapy water. And that's the way I'm able to keep all the extra dishes and all those things out of the way. Right here. Soap them and put them into the dishwasher. So, I hope your morning is going to go smoothly, because mine is. Now, come back later on this evening, because we're going to be cooking up something absolutely delicious that your family's going to like. So I'm going to go over there, get my vacuum unplugged, get it all put up, and I'll see you later in the kitchen. But before I leave, stop! Don't go anywhere. Hit that subscribe button, give it a thumbs up, and make sure that you come back and visit here in the kitchen and have a great conversation. Tell me all kinds of things. Anything you'd like to see, food you might like to try, and or you'd like for me to test run before you put it on your table. Just let me know. Are some things that you may add? I'd love to hear about it. So, without further ado, God bless you and have a wonderful, wonderful week here in the kitchen. Come on down.